Recording in progress.
That's so cute. That's so cute. Hello, everybody. Anybody who's checking in now gets to see my elbow right there. And so sorry, forgot to turn on the recording. We were just talking about Michael Martin Murphy, and how the two of them are one and the same. So 3-2 pluck 2. Twice. Let me see what else. Yeah, and then the third and fourth line of each section are going to be strummed out. Down, down, up, up, down. And I think that's all. You know, of course, you've got some G's. So you can practice your hammering if you'd like. We've got another song where the hammer comes in a little more prominently, so we won't mess around with that too much on this song. And then, of course, you know, any of the stuff we've talked about for the last year and a half, 2 years, you know, any of these sections, a strum and a 1, 2, 3. She came to me, said she knew me, said she'd known me a long time. So any of those things that we've been talking about that you want to try, of course, go ahead and do that. They're going to work really well on this song because it's nice and consistent. Almost all the same chords over and over and over again. So let's see. Any questions? I've just been rambling, man. We'll just play it through here. Let's do some FaceTime. Look who that is. Let's see if we can get this right. 3, 2, pluck 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to do this for the interlude as well. You can certainly strum it out if you want to. She came to me, said she knew me, said she'd known me a long time. And she spoke of being in love with every mountain she had climbed. Strum it out. And she talked of trails she walked up far above the timberline. From that night on, I knew I'd write songs with Carolina in the pines. There's a new moon on the 14th, first quarter, the 21st. And the full moon in the last week brings a fullness to this earth. Strum it out. There's no guesswork in the clockwork of the world's heart or mine. There are nights I only feel right with Carolina in the pines. Going back to the pick. And a strum. When the frost shows on the windows and the wood stove smokes and glows, as the fire grows, we will warm our souls, watching rainbows in the cold. Strum it out. And we'll talk of trails we've walked up far above the timberline. There are nights I only feel right with Carolina in the pines. Gonna pick. She came to me, said she knew me, said she'd known me a long time. And she spoke of being in love mountain she had climbed, and she talked of till she walked up far above the timberline. From that night on, I knew I'd write songs with Carolina in the pines. Let's repeat that line. From that night on, I knew I'd write songs with Carolina in the picket lines. That was a surprise ending. Michael Murphy, 1975, Blue Sky Night Thunder. First side was all golden, just great song after great song. Second side, when I look at the album and the list of the songs, I have no idea. I don't remember any of the second side. I don't think after I played it the first time, I just played the first side about 1 million times. So that's how that goes. Don't do the pop. What's that pop all about? Yeah, I gotta reveal. Oh, Siad 9, Jane. This is the first time in the history of OUJ where we've had 2 sessions in a row that had a song with Siad 9. What great reinforcement that is. That's a C, of course, with that D note, the middle of your D, that 3rd string, 2nd fret. That's kind of cool. And we're going to try to hammer that. When we strum it, just on that first beat, that first downstream, we're going to be playing our C, and our index finger is going to just be hovering over there. And we're going to try to hammer it. But I get ahead of myself. I think I better show this. I think I better go into the Skycam. Let's go into the Skycam. Oh, there it is. Look at that. There's my elbow again. There's my underarm. Glad I don't sweat. We start with D. And what that first line, that intro and interlude, and actually it's the end of every refrain. I don't know what it should say intro and end of each refrain is what it should say. So, you do the D. This is great Bob chord chartism. D/G-2PP. That's awesome. That means you play your D once. That's the D slash. And then on your G string, your top string, your 4th string, on the 2nd fret, that's the 2, G2. PP means pick, pick. So you do a G, and then it says, what? G2 arrow G4. So that is, there's my G2, that top string. We're just staying on the top string. It's got to go to the 4, G2 to G4. Oh, a little slide. Now, if you're playing your G, or your D with your index finger on that G string, that one, that's the one that's moving there, that's my index finger. You could do G2 to G4, reach over with your middle, come back, 2, 4, 2. You could do that. It is kind of fun to slide 2 to 4. And then you come back to 2 with the same finger. So what does it tell you to do then? G2 to G4, G2, G-O. G2 to G4, G2, G-O. Oh, that means open. G-O means open. So it's 2, 4, 2, O. except with the slide it sounds like do, do, do. So the open comes a little bit quicker than the other notes. And then the last thing is a D. So in English, nice and slow, D, pick, pick, 2, 4, 2, O, D. And again, D, pick, pick, do, O, do, do, do. And again, 2, 3, 4, D, 2, do, 2, 4, 2, O, D. And one more time. And of course, this is being recorded because I saved the recording. So you can look at this as much as you want. Knock yourself out. D, slow, nice and slow. 1, 2, 3, 4. D, pick, pick, 2, 4, 2, O, D. Now we get to move to the C and the add 9. So I'm just strumming my C and putting my index finger down on that D note. 3rd string, 2nd fret. Down, down, up, up, down. Down, down, up, down. Down, down, up, down. Get my middle out of there so you can see what's happening. And then you have 2 beats of C, and then nice slow Ds. So that second section with the C add 9 is 4 beats of C add 9. And you can put your index finger down there whenever you feel like it. I mean, you could play 4 beats of C there if you wanted to, but the C add 9 adds a little punch. 2 beats of C, D. The rest is gravy. This is just the fun part, kind of, and it turns around at the end of each verse. Speaking of which, I better make this big enough for me to see, or else we're in trouble. We're all in trouble. Yeah. Professionals. Okay, so that whole section, D, nice and slow. D, pick, pick, 2, 4, 2, O, D. C add 9, C and D. Oh, you're rock stars. Harry Chapin, this was his most famous song. He had great songs. But this was one that got a lot of airplay on AM radio. This was his best commercial success. Great artist to see in concert. Just a talker and a very funny and just a treasure. So then we've got D's, child arrived of the day, G, F, G. And these, you can all hammer these. G, the usual way, and there were planes to catch, bills to pay, learned to walk while I was away. He was talking for I knew it, and as he grew 2 measures of C, now we get 2 beats. I'm gonna be like you. 2 beats, you know I'm gonna be like you. Yeah, the hardest part of the song may be, the first verse is not bad because you drop down to the first line of each section to continue the verse, and then you drop down to the refrain, the cat's in the cradle and the silver spoon. It's once you get into the 2nd and 3rd verse where you have to find that 2 and that 3 as you move down the page. Kathy the K requested this, I think, in the first year of COVID. And I don't know that we've played it since. I said, sure, we'll do that. But it's a real trick with a long song with many verses, how to fit it on one page. And this was my attempt to do that. So there you have it. And you've got two refrains because the first two verses are the dad talking to the son, and then the last two verses are the son talking to the dad. And so the focus of attention shifts on the refrains. On the third verse, let me see, it came from college just the other day. Much like a man just had to say, son, I'm proud of you. Will you sit for a while? Da 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 da, and smile. Really like dad is to borrow the car keys. See you later. Can I have them, please? That gets another 4 beats of D there, and then you drop down to the refrain. The other 3 verses have another line there. So the first, second, and fourth verse have another line where I've just put in for the third verse the word refrain to try to get you to drop down to the refrain. So that's, that's life in the fast lane when you put together a tricky chord chart. The last verse, the fourth, and we finish all the way through the line 4. You see, my new job's a hassle. The kids have the flu. Sure nice talking to you, Dad. Sure nice talking to you. And it gets another line of still another line. Gets this, and as I hung up the phone, it occurred to me, he'd grown up just like me. And those are all single strums. He'd grown up just like me. My boy was just like me. 2, 3, and the cat's in the cradle. Yeah, so, and then the refrain is pretty straightforward. D, cat's in the cradle. C, silver spoon. F, little boy blue. G, man in the moon. All of these 4 beats D, 4 beats C. And then all of a sudden you got that F, C, D, 2 beats, 2 beats, 4 beats. And at the end of each refrain, you're going back to another verse. We do that. And we use that as an outro as well. So I don't know what you could do with that. I think you could probably I think you can do 4 measures of D. Doom, 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 doo, 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 doom, doom, doom. Yeah, doom, 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 doo, doo, doom, doom. 2 measures of D. Doom, 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 doo, 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 doom. Yeah, so if you don't want to try the riff, but you do want to play along, you could do 2 measures of D, 8 beats of D, and then go to your C, add 9. So there's that. So there's that there. Who's got questions? For a simple song, I've kind of made it complicated. You all are pros, professionals. Well, let's see what we can do with this thing. 1, 2, 3. We'll try to do each of the refrains nice and slow, slower than than the actual song is. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we'll speed it up a little bit. A child arrived just the other day. He came to the world in the usual way. There were planes to catch, bills to pay. He learned to walk while I was away. He was talking before I knew it, and as he grew, say, I'm gonna be like you, Dad. You know I'm gonna be like you. And the cat's in the cradle and the silver spoon, little boy blue, the man in the moon. When you're coming home, Dad, I don't know when, but we'll get together then, son. You know we'll have a good time then. Slow it down. My son turned 10 just the other day. Said, thanks for the ball, Dad, come on, let's play. Will you teach me to throw? I said, not today. Got a lot to do. He said, that's okay. Walked away, but his smile never dimmed. Said, I'm gonna be like him, yeah. You know I'm gonna be like him. And the cat's in the cradle and the silver spoon, the little boy blue, the man in the moon. When you're coming home, Dad, I don't know when, but we'll get together then, son. You know we'll have a good time then. Well, he came from college just the other day. So much like a man, I just had to say, son, I'm proud of you. Can you sit for a while? Shook his head and he said with a smile, what I'd really like, Dad, is to borrow the car keys. See you later, can I have them, please? D. And the cat's in the cradle, the silver spoon, little boy blue, the man in the moon. When you're coming home, Dad, I don't know when, but we'll get together then. Dad, oh, we're supposed to go to the second refrain. When you're coming home, son, I don't know when, but we'll get together then, Dad. You know we'll have a good time then. At the end of the fourth verse, go to the second refrain, 2, 3. I've long since retired, my son's moved away. Called him up just the other day. Said I'd like to see you if you don't mind. Said I'd love to, Dad, if I could find the time. See, my new job's a hassle and the kids have the flu, but it's sure nice talking to you, Dad. It's been sure nice talking to you. One more line. As I hung up the phone, it occurred to me he'd grown up just like me. My boy was just like me. And the cat's in the cradle and the silver spoon, little boy blue and the man in the moon. When you're coming home, son, I don't know when, but we'll get together then, Dad. You know we'll have a good time then. Ah, Cat's in the Cradle, gravelly voice and all. That was either 74 or 75. There were two songs that were 75. Now, Joni, so Neil Young wrote Cripple Creek, Feather River, Shady River, Sandy River. I'm going back to Salty River. It was a song about lost youth, and Joni was hanging around with Neil Young at that time. And so she wanted to write him a song as a counterpoint. Not a counterpoint, but, just to be part of the gang. And so she wrote Circle Game. And it got recorded by Buffy St. Marie and Ian and Sylvia and some other people in the 60s, but she didn't record it. She didn't record it until 1970, so that's how it makes it into. She was a big part of the 70s folk rock scene, so we'll give Joni a pass anytime we need to give Joni a pass, but she recorded this in 1970, so there. So that F G minor 7 in brackets in the intro. I love to hammer the G minor 7, so as soon as I switch to G minor 7, I'm hammering on the up. Down, down, switch, down, down, switch, or down, down, hammer. And the very end, the last line, and go round and round, 2 beats of A minor. You do F G minor 7 twice. And then the G minor 7 3 times, and F. But I like to hammer G minor 7. So that's what I do there, is I hammer that G minor 7. So that's a thought. Yesterday, first child came out to wonder, 8 beats of F. Yeah, that's all straightforward. Any B flat there, we've got G minor 7. I thought I switched out all the B flats, but I didn't. But anytime you see B flat, you can play G minor 7 or B flat or C7 sus4 0 0 1 1. Try that. You can also try BB mad 7, B flat major 7, that nice E minor shaped chord, stair step chord that is 3 2 1 open. I think I might have tried that once. Let me see. Yeah, yesterday, child came out to wander. It's not bad. Caught a dragonfly. So I'm just dropping my F finger down to that 3rd string 2nd fret and throwing my ring finger up to the top of the 3rd fret. And so that's a substitute for B flat if you ever want to try that on a song. That's kind of fun. And then the other thing I'm doing, if there's a lot of B flat, like there's, on the chorus, this, we're captive on the carousel of time. We're captive on the, I don't mind jumping to a high B flat. That's your G shape on the 5th fret. Carousel of time. So I'm jumping around a little bit with my B flats by doing a G form up on the 5th fret once in a while. So if you hear a tone come out of the computer that's different than your tone, but it seems to harmonize, that's probably what's happening. Always encourage everybody to do that. And then the other thing is there are some places where we're going, on the first line, yesterday a child came out to wonder, caught a dragonfly inside a jar. You got B flat, dragonfly inside. You can slide all that stuff, whether you're playing B flat or G minor 7, up to the 3rd fret. Jar. And that's a pretty chord. I think that's C7, is that right? Yeah. But it works. C7 in this format works in just sliding that form up. So again, you would hear a little bit different tone coming out of the computer than what you're playing. A little higher frequency. And is this one where there's, yeah, so in the chorus, you got 6 beats of F, and the seasons, they go round, 2 beats of G minor 7, and then 2 beats of F, and you know, quite often I will do that. Let me see, what do we do? Seasons, they go round and round. So I'll do down, down, up on round, and down, down, up on round. And quite often I'll take my fingers off to just trick my mind into thinking I'm playing a new chord. I need to play it differently because I'm playing 6 beats of F instead of 4, and I'm coming back to a 4-beat measure. So I just take my fingers off for a split second, put them back down, and then instead of down, down, up, I'm doing down, down, up, down. And that's I think that's the only, yeah, that's the chorus. Yeah, so each chorus, you're going to find those 6 beats of F and have to figure out how to deal with that. After the first verse, we have the chorus. After the second verse, we have the word chorus that sends us back up. After that's right there. And then after the 3rd verse, we've got the word chorus that sends us back up. And then the 4th verse, and then we've got a final chorus down here. So we don't go anywhere. We just keep flowing down the screen, the sheet. Who's got questions? I've got answers. Channel 7. I Am a Spy News. Well, maybe we'll play this just for fun. We've played it a lot over the years. It was hard to leave it out, even though we've played it a lot, because it's a great song. So there. I have to swallow first before I start strumming. A 1, 2, 3, 4. Yesterday, a child came out to wander, caught a dragonfly inside a jar. Fearful when the sky was full of thunder, and tearful at the falling of a star. And the seasons, they go round and round, painted ponies go up and down. We're captive on the carousel of time. Can't return, we can only look behind from where we came, and go round and round and round the circle game. Then the child moved 10 times round the seasons, skated over 10 clear frozen streams. Words like when you're older must appease him, and promises of someday make his dream. And the seasons, they go round and round, painted ponies go up and return, we can only look behind from where we came and go round and round and round the circle game. 16 springs, 16 summers gone now. Cartwheels turn to cartwheels through the town. And they tell him, take your time, it won't be long now, till you drag your feet to slow the circles down. And the seasons, they go round and round, painted ponies go up and down. We're captive on the carousel of time. Can't return, we can only look behind from where we came and go round and round and round the circle game. And the years spin by, now the child is 20. Those dreams have lost some grandeur, coming true. There'll be new dreams, maybe better dreams, and plenty before the last revolving year is through. And the seasons, they go round and round, the painted ponies go up and down. We're captive on the carousel of time. We can't return, we can only look behind from where we came and go round and round and round the circle game. And go round and round and round the circle game. Added a little pinky down there, a little C note down there to brighten up that ending. Versus aw versus aw, aw. That's aw versus aw. So, I don't know what I'm talking about, but I did add a C note there at the end. Oh my goodness. Let's see what we can do with Jimmy. We might be able to do that. Look at that. That's got some interesting chords in it, don't it? Yeah, so that was 70. I think come Monday was 74. This might be the other 75 one, and Cats in the Cradle was 74. I don't know. I don't know. Oh my goodness. Heading up to San Francisco. 2 beats, 2 beats, 2 beats, 2 beats. I might change that intro someday, but it's kind of fun to kind of give you a little test right there at the beginning. C to E minor. If you're thinking, you know, I could probably do C to E minor when I'm really warmed up. But right on the first, like the first two chords. But if you, the hidden B note trick, if you play your C like you normally would, because you're going to start out with a C, if you hide, frozen fingers, cut it out. If you hide your index finger right behind your ring finger on that first string, second fret. When you go to E minor, all you have to do is swing up off of your index finger instead of going C and then swinging everything. So there's that. Then we've got, so just, 4 beats of C heading up, San Francisco. That's all pretty straightforward. G, C, F, G, C. Third line in Honey, I Didn't Know, D minor. Single strum, Honey, I didn't know. I hit the D minor, and then the and honey comes later. With the F, the I didn't know comes right with the F. I didn't know that I'd be missing you so. F come Monday, C, be all right. F come Monday, G, holding you tight. And now you've got that intro sequence of For Lonely Day, Brown LA haze, and I just want you back by my side, which is why it's the intro, because it's the last line of the chorus. So, you get to the third section. It's been quite a summer, same as the first section. You get to the fourth section come Monday. That's the same as the second section. At the end of that fourth section, I just want you back by my side. I don't know if this deserves an overhead cam or not, but as long as we're just hanging out in the living room, let's see if it's still working. Well, there's my elbow. I'll be darned, it is still working. You're ending up on that fourth section with 2 measures of C. Just want you back by my side. So you're playing your C, minding your own business, and then all of a sudden you look down, you've got D major 7. All you have to do is take that C, slide it to the 4th fret, and plop the extra fingers that are just, they're digits just waiting to be assigned something to do. So you're playing your C, right? Slide it to the 4th, drop your other fingers down on that 2nd fret. You could just do your index finger, but I like to plop my middle finger over the top of my index because it gives me more pressure. I think I'd make a better sound when I do that. Now, when I get up to E flat and some other things, then I play it differently with my middle. I bar with my middle finger, and it's a different thing. But for D major 7, I do like to use my index with my middle plopped over it. But it's nice because it comes from so you do D major 7, then you're going to go to G major 7, and you're going to be tempted to just slide your finger down a string and like that. But now you no longer have your anchor of your ring finger. So you got to remember to put that back down and move your finger up. What you could do for your G major 7 is bring your ring finger back to the 2nd fret and play it with 3 fingers. And that way you keep your ring finger on that 1st string the whole time, moving back from 2 to 4 to 4 to 2 to 2 to 4 to 4 to 2, if you see what I'm saying. So you do G major 7, 3 fingers, D major 7, G major 7, D major 7, G major 7. So you do those a couple times as single strums, and then you strum it out on the 2nd line there. You can see them as single strums here. I Can't Help It, Honey, You're That Much a Part of Me Now, and then D major 7, we're strumming it all the way out. So that is your oukasthenic moment. C, OUJ oukasthenic moment. C to D major 7, C to D major 7, to G major 7, to D major 7. Oh, so that's a little bit tricky, but not awful. There's not, there are other, I've said this before, there are other D major 7s out there, but there's not an easier one. There's not a good fix. So you could play D and see if you could struggle through it, but that high tone of that. What is that? That's your C. So that C sharp note that you get, that really makes the melody, meshes with the melody. So it's hard to not play that. Could you do, yeah, maybe you could bar the 4th fret by itself, but I'll let you decide if you want to try and figure out a workaround. Or the other way to do it is just learn how to play D major 7. Only have B flat or G minor 7 in 2 places. And that's that next line. Remember that night in Montana when we said there'd be no room for doubt? And then down at the bottom, the very last line. Yeah, okay. So, who's got questions? I got a question, Bob. What in the world are we doing? Okay, that's a good question. That is a fine question. We're doing a playthrough of Come Monday by Jimmy Buffett. One of his greatest hits. I think he had a big 8. There were 8 songs that he played at almost every concert for 40 years, and this was one of them. It was about San Francisco, and he wrote it in San Anselmo. So there. Used to be a big club hangout up there in the 70s. I'm just yammering, trying to think. I think that's all I want to say. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. I used the hidden C. Heading up to San Francisco for the Labor Day weekend show. I got my hush puppies on. I guess I never was meant for glitter rock and roll. And honey, I didn't know that I'd be missing you so. Come Monday, it'll be alright. Come Monday, be holding you tight. Spent 4 lonely days in a brown LA haze, and I just want you back by my side. Yes, it's been quite a summer, rented cars and westbound trains. Now you're off on vacation, something you tried to explain. And darling, it's I love you so, that's the reason. Just let you go. Come Monday, it'll be alright. Come Monday, be holding you tight. Spent 4 lonely days in a brown LA haze, and I just want you back by my side. Slide. And I can't help it, honey, you're that much a part of me now. Remember that night in Montana when we said there'd be no room for doubt? 5th fret. Oh, surprise. Hope you're enjoying the scenery. I know that it's pretty up there. We can go hiking on Tuesday. With you I'd walk anywhere. California has worn me quite thin. I just can't wait to see you again. Come Monday, it'll be alright. Come Monday, be holding you tight. I spent 4 lonely days in a brown LA haze, and I just want you back by my side. I spent 4 lonely days in a brown LA haze, and I just want you back by my side, side, side. That was Jimmy Buffett in the house. Here we go. Oh my goodness. Look at that thing in the intro. It's another riff. I can't believe it. A two riff day. I met her on a Monday and my heart stood still. It was a two riff day, yeah, a two riff day. Da 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 made it day. A two riff day, yeah, a two riff day. Well, this first one's pretty easy. It's that thing in the middle there that's kind of crazy. This first one, I'm just trying to get you to do a C major 7. And then pick your bottom string. And then a G major 7. So there's a rest in there. Strum, rest, pick, rest. Strum, rest, pick, rest. So it says repeat 4 times. So what does that mean? That means strum, pick, that's 1. That's 2. And then you do that again 2 more times. And then the first 2 lines, all single strums, and there's a rest. Flying me back to Memphis. Gotta find my Daisy Jane. So, see how that goes. Summer's gone, and I hope she's feeling the same. Was America as big a part of your world as they were my world? America was huge. They came out with the first self-titled America, Horse with No Name. Thought it was Neil Young. Almost drove off the road when it came on the AM radio. And then you go and you buy the album and they open up with Riverside and they open up with these cool guitars, acoustic guitars going do 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 do. Anyway, I thought they were the bees' knees, cats meow. The bees meow is what I thought they were. And this is one of theirs. A little bit later on, a couple albums later. So then, the third line and the fourth line, those are all 4 beats each, all the same chords, until we finally get to an F. Under game, this third, what is that? 1, 2, 3, fourth line. Last line of the first section. Game, and then they do game, they raise it up. So I add that C note to my F, game, to kind of pick up that note, which is called C, oddly enough. But you could play 8 beats of F there if you wanted to. It wouldn't matter to me. But then the chorus jumps into 2 beats, 2 beats, 2 beats, 2 beats. For 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 chord changes. Does she really love me? I think she does. Like the stars above me. I know because 4 beats. The sky is bright and everything's all right. 2, 3, all right. 2, 3, 4. And just one time, we just want to do that C major 7 again. And then this riff is, if you know tablature, then you can kind of read this. If you don't know tablature, then it's like, what the heck in tarnation? So this is your ukulele laid on its back, staring at you, with the A string furthest away from you, your bottom string. And then your second string, or E string, is represented by that second line, C string, third line, G string, fourth line. And then the numbers are the fret upon which you want to pick on that particular string. So E0 means you want to pick an opening E string. That's pretty. We've heard that a lot. And an A2 is you want to pick on your A string on the second fret. And then maybe you can see it, maybe you can't, but it says 2-3, so we've got that slide again. I didn't make it into an arrow this time. So that's on your E string. So it's open E, second string, second fret, first string. 2 to 3 on the second string. And then 2-2 means you come back to the second fret, second string, and hit 2-2. So that segment, again, nice and slow, starting with the open E string. Open, 2, 2, 3, 2, 2. That's not too bad. Let's do that again. Open, 2, do, do, do. Oh, that's pretty. They do it with a violin on the recording, of course. That's not too bad. And then the last 3 notes are open E string. And your hand is right there, your finger's in the right place, except instead of the second string, you want to place it on the third string, second fret. And back to an open E. So the last 3 notes are open E, second fret, third string, open E. And you put them together and it sounds something like... And of course, with the violin, it's nee, 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 nee. And you know, you just start sobbing when you listen to it. So it's kind of a recreation of something that's not, you know, not wholly accurate because I don't have the violin. But that's what that is. And then you do 2, 3, 4, and all of a sudden you're back into the next. I want yeah, I think if you wanted to strum through that, you would do C major 7 for 4 beats. Do, and then G major 7, do, 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 do. And then single strum C major 7 at the end. If you didn't want to do the riff, it was not appealing to you. 4 beats C major 7, 4 beats of G major 7, 1 strum of C major 7, 2, 3, 4. Fly me back to Memphis. Yeah, okay. So the third section, which is really the second verse, I think, is the same as the first. All the same as the first, except instead of single strums, we're strumming it out. And then the Do You Really Love Me is almost exactly the same as this open, non-shaded Do You Really Love Me section down at the bottom here. It's almost the same as the shaded section, where the lyrics change a little bit. And then at the end, there's 2 measures of F, and I've tried to make them sound a little bit different. So I've done F add 9, where you just do your index finger of your F, and then you add the finger. And then F, C. Down, down on the F, and then add your pinky for your C. When it's cold at night, everything's all right. 2, 3, 4. Does she really love me? Goes like that. Okay. Who's got questions? You gotta have questions. It's America. America demands answers. Here on Eye in the Spy, Eye in the Sky, New Center 4.
I missed the F add 9.
So F add 9 is your regular F, but you're just playing it with 1 finger, just that second string, first fret. And then you add the second part of your F after you strum, you do your 2 down strums. So So the F add 9 is playing your F with only one finger. And then F add 9 that turns into an F means add the appropriate finger back in at the top. And again, it's just trying to create movement and trying to keep from playing the same exact chord every single time. Don't really matter. Don't really make a whip stitch. Well, maybe we'll play this. Close it out. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 1. That's 2. Flying me back to Memphis. Gotta find my Daisy Jane. Well, the summer's gone, and I hope she's feeling the same. Well, I left her just to roam the city, thinking it would ease the pain. I'm a crazy man, I'm playing my crazy game. Does she really love me? I think she does. Like the stars above me, I know because the sky is bright and everything's alright. Flying me back to Memphis, honey, keep the oven warm. All the clouds are clearing, and I think we're over the storm. I've been picking it up around me. Daisy, I think I'm sane. I'm awful glad, and I guess you're really to blame. Do you really love me? I hope you do. Like the stars above me, how I love you. When it's cold at night and everything's alright. Do you really love me? I hope you do. Like the stars above me, how I love you. When it's cold at night and everything's alright. Does she really love me? I think she does. Like the stars above me, I know because the sky is bright and everything's alright. 2, 3, 4. Yes, I know I played that twice. About 2/3 of the way through, I thought, I think I'm playing this twice. Oh my goodness, that's so funny. The other thing I do like to do is on the G major 7 is slide into it. So C major 7. But if you're done giggling, oh, too much fun, too much fun, too much fun. What a beautiful way to spend some time on a cloudy afternoon. Thanks, everybody. Anything I need? There's nothing in chat. We're all good. We're all good.
Thank you, Bob. Another great lesson.
You're so welcome and glad you enjoyed it. And we'll see some of you on Saturday, I hope.
Yes, sorry, I can't make Saturday, but thank you. Bye,
Bummer.
okay.
I can't make Saturdays usually either, but thank you.
Bummer. It's good. Good to see
I'm
you
free,
again.
but I'm not there.
Thanks for checking.
My Saturday's free.
Thanks for checking in. You're all going to make me cry now. Thanks for checking in. I'm going to turn the recording off. Goodbye, everybody out there in the future. Ciao.